4 retired Spanish intelligence agents, 4 different countries, 4 quiet lives, finally at peace. One night, all 4 are dead. Tokyo, Bangkok, Panama City, New York. The kills happen within hours of each other, perfectly synchronized, leaving 0 witnesses and 0 evidence. Whoever did this isn't just dangerous, they're a ghost. And they've been planning this for a very long time. The next morning, Elena, the razor-sharp director of Spanish, 4 retired Spanish intelligence agents, 4 different countries, 4 quiet lives, finally at peace. One night, all 4 are dead. Tokyo, Bangkok, Panama City, New York. The kills happen within hours of each other, perfectly synchronized, leaving 0 witnesses and 0 evidence. Whoever did this isn't just dangerous, they're a ghost. And they've been planning this for a very long time. The next morning, Elena, the razor-sharp director of Spanish intelligence, lays the murder files across her desk. She doesn't need long. The connection is immediate, and it sends a chill straight through her. All 4 victims were part of the same classified operation, buried deep in the agency's archives for 30 years. An operation so violent, so morally compromised, that it was never supposed to see the light of day. They called it Operation U. Elena feeds the press a clean story. Coordinated terrorism, nothing more. But behind closed doors, she's already making a different kind of call. She needs the best operative she has, a man who doesn't officially exist, a man the agency simply refers to as Agent Zeta. His real name is Tiago. When Elena's helicopter lands on the front lawn of Tiago's remote countryside home, he doesn't exactly roll out the welcome. He's on leave. His mother is sick. The last thing he wants is to be pulled back into the dark. But Elena isn't here to ask. She tells him something that stops him cold. There weren't 4 agents on that there were 5. The 5th one is still alive, and he's next on the list. And this 5th man? His name is Agnes, Tiago's biological father, the man Tiago has believed was dead his entire life. The room goes very quiet. Tiago agrees to the mission. He says a gentle goodbye to his mother, squeezes her hand, hires a private nurse, and boards the chopper. Whatever answers he's spent a lifetime searching for, they're somewhere at the end of this mission. Tiago moves fast. He tears through Agnes's old office with the focus of someone who grew up without a father and has 30 years of questions burning inside him. His trained eyes lock onto a pack of cigarettes sitting on the desk. He opens each one, peeling back the tobacco, and there it is, a tiny safe key hidden right inside. He pockets it, doesn't pause. Elena feeds him an address through his earpiece. Agnes's young stepmother. Tiago shows up at her door, and the moment she hears the name Agnes, she breaks down. He's been missing for a month. Tiago sweeps the room, finds a heavy safe, slides in the key. Inside, 1 flash drive. He plugs it in, and a grainy video loads. Agnes appears on screen. He's alive. He's hiding. He says an elite squad of killers is systematically hunting down everyone from the old op, but he's safe in a secure bunker. Before the screen cuts to black, he drops a set of encrypted coordinates. Tiago grabs everything, heads for his car, and that's when someone on a motorbike rips past him and snatches the bag right out of his hands. He doesn't think. He runs. The chase tears through the city, dodging traffic, cutting through alleys, until Tiago finally corners the biker deep inside a dimly lit underground garage. The rider pulls off her helmet and stares him down. Her name is Alpha, Colombian intelligence, deep cover. She isn't hunting the bag, she's hunting Agnes, to expose the truth behind Operation Away, a wound Colombia never fully closed. Their goals are different, but their target is the same. Tiago calls Elena. After a tense negotiation, she green-lights the team-up, reluctant partners, competing agendas, and somewhere out there, a killer who's already taken 4 lives without leaving a single clue. The coordinates lead them to a sprawling public cemetery. Tiago and Alpha spot a grave marked with Agnes's own name. A janitor and a stranger stand nearby, setting down flowers. Tiago moves in to ask questions, and they run. Something is wrong, very wrong. Guns come out from every direction. Dozens of mercenaries step out of the shadows, laser sights trained on both of them. No way out. Tiago drops his weapon. They're shoved into a blacked-out van. Halfway to wherever they're going, the door opens and Alpha is dumped on the side of the road. The boss, apparently, only wants Tiago. The van stops. A door opens, and Tiago walks into an underground bunker to finally meet the man he never knew, Yaris, his father. The reunion is nothing like the ones you see in movies, and Yaris is tense, tactical, survivalist. He's been paying off a private army just to stay breathing. He doesn't have time for emotion, but Tiago isn't moving until he gets answers, and Yaris finally sits down and takes him back 30 years. Colombia. A violent, suffocating time. A Spanish-born kingpin named Trejo had built the most feared cartel in the country. He was untouchable until one rare moment of vulnerability. Trejo was organizing a major summit with rival bosses right in the middle of a packed public festival. It was a nightmare scenario, but it was the only shot they'd ever get. The team pulled the trigger. The festival turned into a war zone. Civilians died, a lot of them, but Trejo went down. The mission was technically a success, depending on who you asked and how you counted the bodies. Yaris is certain of one thing. Trejo's son has since taken over the cartel, and now he's coming for everyone who was there that day. Tiago tells him the plan. Extract him to Bogotá, where Allied Colombian intelligence can protect him. Yaris refuses. He calls it suicide. Outside, Alpha has the bunker in her sniper scope, ready to put a round in Yaris's leg if he won't cooperate. Yaris still won't move, so Tiago does something he never imagined he'd have to do. He draws his weapon on his own father and physically hauls him into the car. Yaris's hired guns open fire on Alpha's position. A chaotic gunfight erupts in the dark. Alpha fights her way through, slides into the car just as Tiago peels around the corner, and they drive hard into the night. Bogotá. Elena is waiting on the tarmac. Colombian intelligence takes over. They haul Yaris into an interrogation room while Tiago and Alpha are benched at a nearby hotel. The intel chief, a woman named Dina, gets right to it. She wants to know why Yaris was prepared when the others weren't. He admits that a month ago a source warned him. Trejo's son, a cartel boss named Esteban, had somehow uncovered the identities of the old kill squad. One by one, he's been erasing them. The room goes quiet. Everyone reaches the same conclusion at the same time. Elena makes the call. Esteban dies tonight. Tiago and Alpha hit the compound hard. Elena's tech team cuts the power grid. The entire mansion drops into darkness. They breach in silence. But Esteban is already moving, survival instincts kicking in, guards sweeping the floors. All hell breaks loose. Tiago and Alpha fight their way upstairs, carving through room after room. When they finally reach Esteban, Tiago has one order in his head: take him alive. Alpha doesn't share that order. Before Tiago can react, she raises her weapon and puts Esteban down. Clean. Final. Cartel reinforcements flood the hallways. Tiago and Alpha shatter a window and fall into the dark below, barely making it out. Back at base, Yaris breathes for the first time in weeks. Elena is furious with Alpha, but with the cartel's heir dead, the threat is neutralized. She lets it go. With the mission technically over, Tiago corners Yaris one last time. No urgency, no ops. Just a son needing to understand why his father disappeared. This time, Yaris answers. During Operation Iwi, they had an undercover Colombian cop embedded inside Trejo's cartel. Her name was Castle. She'd watched Trejo destroy lives, maybe people she loved, and she hated him with everything she had. She worked her way so deep into his inner circle that Trejo fell for her, and she used that access to hand the team the exact time and location of the festival meeting. Without Castle, there is no Operation Iwi. Without Castle, Trejo lives. After the mission, Yaris returned to Spain, but he and Castle found each other again. They fell in love. They built something real, and they had a son, a boy named Tiago. Tiago goes completely still. His mother, the quiet, frail woman he tucked into bed before he left, the woman he hired a nurse to protect. She was the undercover operative who brought down the most powerful cartel in Colombia. Yaris explains the rest. When Tiago was barely a year old, the agency faked their deaths, both of them, to erase any trail that could lead the cartel back to their family. The only way to keep Castle and the baby safe was for Anayarez to vanish, to become a ghost, to never come back. Tiago doesn't say anything for a long moment. Then they walk toward the airstrip, and for the first time maybe, something between them feels like the beginning of peace. It doesn't last 30 seconds. A single high-caliber round tears through the air. Anayarez drops to the tarmac. Chaos. Screaming. Alpha sprints toward the tree line. Tiago throws himself down next to his father, pressing his hands to the wound. But there's too much blood, and the light in Anayarez's eyes is already going out. He's gone. Deep in the woods, Alpha tracks the sniper to a clearing. She corners him, but she doesn't arrest him. She leans him close and asks one very specific question. Where is Castle? The moment the sniper gives up the location, Alpha pulls the trigger. Because the sniper wasn't working for Esteban. He was working for her. The truth falls into place like a trapdoor opening beneath everything. Alpha orchestrated it all. Every assassination, every step of this mission. Esteban and his cartel were nothing more than a convenient distraction, someone to point the finger at while she finished her real work. 30 years ago, at that festival in Colombia, 2 people died in the crossfire who were never supposed to be there. They weren't cartel, they weren't criminals, they were her parents. Innocent, in the wrong place, at the wrong moment. Alpha has spent her entire adult life hunting down the 5 people responsible. 4 of them are already dead. Castle is the last name on her list. Tiago comes home. His mother looks smaller than he remembered, frailer. He decides, for tonight at least, she doesn't need to know any of this. He says goodnight and disappears into the dark. But darkness has already followed him home. Alpha slips through the door, silent as smoke. She moves toward the bedroom, and Tiago steps out of the shadows, weapon up, slamming her against the wall. He demands the truth. She gives it to him, cold and without apology. She tells him exactly who she is, exactly what she's done, and exactly why Castle has to die. Tiago begs her to stop. His mother is already dying. Whatever justice Alpha is after, she doesn't need to be the one to deliver it. Not like this, not here. Alpha's expression doesn't change. She draws a concealed weapon and shoots him in the chest. He goes down. She walks toward the bedroom. She raises her gun. And Tiago rises. The round caught his vest. He's alive, just barely, but he's standing. He fires. Alpha drops. When morning comes, the light through the curtains is soft and unhurried. Castle finds Tiago sitting quietly. She reaches for his hand and starts to apologize for the secrets, for the past she buried, for every moment she couldn't protect him from the truth. Tiago stops her. He doesn't need the apology. He doesn't need the explanation. He just needs her to know that he understands the impossible choices, the sacrifices, the love underneath all of it. He holds your hand. Outside, the world is still. The blood trail that started 30 years ago in a Colombian festival has finally, fully run dry. The cycle is broken. And for the first time in a very long time, maybe the first time ever, Tiago is exactly where he's supposed to be.